All right, so UFC 305 is done. Dricus Du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. It was a good fight. It really was. Of course, the lead up to this fight was very contentious. There was a lot of personal stuff being said back and forth, a lot of bad blood between these two guys because of Israel, of course, taking offense to the fact that Dricus said that he is the real African champion in the UFC. And, it just turned into this big thing. And so going into this fight, clearly there was a lot of bad blood. But I always figured that this fight was going to be won on, essentially skill. And I got to say, man, Israel looked good initially, right? When the fight started, I was really hoping that he would be twitchy. And by twitchy, I mean that he would be snappy, kind of the way he was against Paulo Costa, where he's very sharp. His defense is on point. He's powerful. He's fast. And as soon as the fight started, he looked pretty good. Switching stances very well, using the jab very well. He wasn't throwing too many leg kicks, and I think the reason for that is because Dricus was switching stances back and forth. So he was very careful with how he placed those leg kicks. From southpaw, he landed a beautiful inside leg kick in the first round that seemed to do something to Dricus Du Plessis. He didn't like it. But for the most part, it was Israel's boxing. It was the hands. The jabs, the cross. And then on Du Plessis' side, he's a very interesting one. Clearly, he's getting results. And you don't get the results he's getting if you don't have skill, right? He obviously has skill. But if you're just watching him fight, there are a lot of things he does that looks very sloppy. The way he enters the pocket, the way he will swing sometimes. He just kind of he kind of reminds me of certain players you run into in UFC 5 where it almost looks like they're throwing shit at the wall to try to see what sticks, right? Like there's nothing particularly that he does at a super high level to where you look at it and you're like, wow, that's beautiful. But what he does have is he's very physical, he's powerful, he's very tenacious, he has a lot of grit, a lot of will, and he wants it. He wants it bad. And guys like that, they can make up for a lot of deficiency and skill with that. And when you watch him fight, he just looks like a guy that, like, you got to kill this dude to be able to. By the way, I'm a little bit drunk, so if my eye looks weird, that's why. I've been drinking because today has been just crazy. From the Craig Jones Invitational to ADCC to the UFC. This has been a great weekend for combat sports. I've been watching a lot of jiu-jitsu. It's just wild. Okay, so, and sorry if I'm rambling. I know some of you probably don't want to listen to me ramble right now, but god damn it, this is my YouTube goddamn channel. I can ramble sometimes if I want to. All right. It was an incredible fight. It was looking like Israel had his number. At some point, Israel switched from attacking the head to attacking the body. And every single time he would attack the body, you could see that it was really having an effect on Du Plessis. He was breathing heavier. First of all, it was the teep to the body, which affected him. And then the body shots clearly affected him. Very surprised that Du Plessis wasn't shooting a lot more takedowns. But man, at one point, I forget what round it was, he shot a beautiful double, put Israel down, and Israel popped right back up. Just a very, very good mixed martial arts fight. But then, in round number 4, at some point, Israel got hurt. Wrestling and jiu-jitsu is what won this match, but what actually led to the final sequences was Du Plessis on the feet. And I was watching this fight with Anthony Romero, Z Hunter, Kinetic Energy. We were on a call watching the fight together, and we were noticing that Israel was moving funny, right? He got caught. It was either like it was a left hook. I think it was a left hook. And Israel was trying to put on a poker face. He was like, I'm okay. But I noticed, we noticed that he was moving a little bit funny. I'm like, what is going on with this man's leg? And then Du Plessis caught him again against the cage. Israel turned his back to try to get away. Du Plessis fucking dragged him to the ground. He went turtle. Du Plessis took his back, put both hooks in, and choked him out. It was it was sad to see. It really was because, and the reason why it was sad to see is it feels like I'm watching the end of another era. That's what it feels like. Kind of like when Anderson Silva started losing match after match after match. It just looks like, holy shit, it has happened. It has happened. Israel's 35 years old, man. 35 years old. And 35, that's when fighters really start to go downhill. Unless you're in a heavyweight division, then you can fight forever. But usually, that 35, that's when we start to see, like, oh no. How old is Tony Ferguson? Because, like, if I think Tony Ferguson right now, I almost feel like, there we go. This is Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. Oh, Tony is 40 years old. Holy shit. But generally speaking, I believe it was Kinetic was talking to me about it during the call. He said that in terms of fighters around the age of 35 and 36 fighting for the title and winning, it's like 2 out of like 20 or something. Like, it's a ridiculous number. So MMA, at the end of the day, it is a young man's sport, man. You start to get up in age. It's not just about the fights. Like, when you think about Israel, man, the amount of training he's had to undergo, the amount of training camps, from the hundreds of bouts he had in kickboxing. Hold on, I don't think it was hundreds. He had a lot of goddamn fights in kickboxing, but every single one of those fights is a training camp, and it does a number on your body. And then he enters MMA, and he was extremely active as a champion. That's a lot of training camps. It's a lot of fucking the human body was not designed for any of this, bro. The human body was not designed for any of this. And so by the time you get to 35 years old as a mixed martial arts fighter, you're probably more like fucking 50 years old, bro. And so as much as he was saying he felt good today, like I was saying he looked slow. He looked slow. He looked a little bit slow. In the beginning, he looked snappy. But man, quickly, he started looking slow and sluggish a little bit. And I'm not blaming that on why he lost. Like, he lost because Dricus Du Plessis rocked him, took him down, and choked him out 100%. But Israel is definitely going downhill. And he is 110% at the tail end of his career. And it sucks, bro. It sucks to see that. It sucks to see that. And he has a fight style that cannot withstand old age. If he was a grappler, that would be different. But he's a striker, right? And as a striker, you need speed. You need reflexes. You need a lot of goddamn fucking cardio. You need good defense. You need durability. You need a chin because you'll be getting hit. You can't hide behind wrestling and prevent yourself from getting hit. So the style of fighting that he does, he definitely needs youth for sure, and he doesn't have it anymore. And so watching that, man, it was sad. It was sad to see him lose. It was, but at the same time, I'm happy for Dricus. I'm happy for Dricus, man. He's a special one. He's a special one because, and I promise I'm going to be done very soon. I know I've rambled in your ear and you're probably bored out of your goddamn mind listening to me talk. I'm sorry about that. I'll be done very soon. Dricus is a very interesting one because, like I said, he just finds a way to win. He just finds a way to win. Like, if you were going to show young fighters a fighter to emulate, you're not showing them Dricus Du Plessis. Hey, when you throw a punch, throw it all sloppy. You're not showing them Dricus Du Plessis. You know, but he finds a way to make it work. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Anyways, I'm going to end it right here. Congratulations to Dricus Du Plessis on submitting Israel Adesanya. And for Israel, I don't know where he goes from here, but I hope he keeps his head up. Keep your head up high. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the fight. And I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good one.